Okay, let's understand. Okay, so if you guys have had some sort of epiphany about something, or something that's some new idea, some new concept that's come into play in your life, and that's kind of drawn like this kind of made things a lot harder for situations to move forward. I think it makes you even take a step or make you feel trapped because there's no not not that there's nothing there to kind of go off of, but like it kind of taught. I feel like you guys are overthinking the situation. One, because of this concept, right? But I think at the same time there may be, just feeling this feeling of not being able to do anything because your mind ain't right, because you're not in the right position or in a position where you want to be. You're feeling stuck, in your own thoughts here, which also in turn affects your movement. Period. So what new concept has made you question your thoughts or question your movements or question your actions? Because I feel like with the Eight of Swords, you just not, there's a lot of thoughts going on, but at the same time, I feel like they also can be questions, like things that question yourself that make you fill up with doubt because you don't necessarily have a lot of answers to those questions. All right. So, what's gotten you stuck? What's made you feel stuck, fam? Because that's the biggest thing. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Swords. Feeling stuck. Now, we're going to start off with this person on this side here. Feel free to pick the side that resonates with y'all the most. But I kind of get this feeling that this person here, the High Priestess, they already know something about the connection, or about the relationship, about themselves, and it hasn't necessarily gone away for them. Like the reason why I say gone away is because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and then we have the Knight of Cups. So whatever this relationship is, this is something that's either had an effect in the past with, or they've gone through this situation before. They've been in a similar relationship, or this is like a concept, Eight of Swords, that hasn't necessarily been overridden or hasn't been solved. Now, what brought you two together is this beautiful ass Ace of Wands here, okay? But the Ace of Wands is talking about a rekindling of a relationship. You have three things in here that would indicate to me somebody from the past and a reconciliation. Knight of Cups is one of those things, because sometimes we do dream of a person that we've had feelings for from the very beginning, or from a period where we were younger, or when we had, or when we were at a different place in our lives. It's because of someone we usually already know, someone that we already have feelings for, or has developed some sort of tie to, if that makes sense. But the Ace of Wands, it does talk about a spark of passion, or actually it's a bigger spark. Pages are more sparks. The Ace of Wands is like reigniting a flame of fiery passion with a wand that's already experienced that fiery passion before, that's already knows that it can handle that fire because it's gone through the fire flames or whatever you want to call it before. You're setting the stick on fire. You're putting, there's a lot of action and energy to it. And I don't think there was hesitation in the very beginning between you and this person. Something tells me that you guys clicked straight away. It just felt right in the moment. Everything just jived together. And now the challenge is that Knight of Cups. Is there a return or is there not a return? Both of you guys are pretty much doing the same thing, though. Nobody's taking action. There's an opportunity that's presented to the both of you, but there's no actions taken. I kind of believe that some of you guys may have already tried. Some of you guys may not have, because you're, maybe it's just there's no clear action to take. Nothing that really, that makes a lot of sense to you. So therefore, you haven't taken that step yet because you're not quite sure if whatever you thought of, whatever your, plan was, it may not, work out. But I kind of get this feeling that from this person's perspective, they know everything that they need to know about themselves. They're already in a standpoint of, well, I'm not going to take action any further. I'm going to just allow things to come in. I'm just going to be open. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to push forward. I'm going to just be. And this opportunity is right there. They are the opportunity. I think they present themselves as a second chance, second time around. I think the biggest thing is too is that this person is no longer resisting love or resisting things to come in. They're open to it, which is why they're presenting themselves as a second chance. You have an opportunity to go back to this person. It looks like, if this isn't you, this is an opportunity for this person to return, or for you to return to this person, because I think they have opened the door and accepted what they don't know, if that makes sense, or accepted what is and what will be, and no longer try to force situation to happen, no longer trying to make things happen. They are aware of their insecurities, they're aware of their anxieties, they're aware of things that don't make sense. I think they've been through a seriously intensive emotional journey that's gotten them to the point where they can be at peace with not taking action at this moment. Because what brought you two together was all that action that was taken. Alright? Everyone was ready to go ahead and just be like, I like you, let's make some work. Or let's just initiate. Like, initiation was never a problem. It's the lack of initiation that I think this person's had an issue with. And now this opportunity's come in, and they're not taking any steps. Because I think they know that, hey, every time I push, it goes further away. I have to just be. Now, this other person here struggling with the relationship. The person sees the Five of Pentacles as, or has that Five of Pentacles as what they think of the relationship, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle. They may not feel like they have enough, or they may not feel like there's enough for them to do anything. But I think at this point as well, this is like realizing, hey, I'm never going to have enough. Let me just realize this now so I can do what I want to do anyway, despite not having enough. Because I feel like the situation with this person here being the Five of Pentacles is not that they lack in certain things. Not just that they lack in certain things to make the relationship stable, but that they're never going to have enough, or they're never going to really feel like they have enough to truly fill up to the standards that they believe that they should be with the person that they want to be in this relationship with. Because the Knight of Cups is the challenge, and the Knight of Cups to me can indicate somebody that is younger or does have an age difference, or can indicate that this person has something to offer, but it's still not king worthy. It's still not completely 100% royal approval, if that makes sense. This person has someone up on a pedestal just by the way that they have the Ace of Cups here and the Eight of Swords, and so much emphasis on the other person. Like, the person does not feel like they're adequate, or this person doesn't feel like there's enough adequate things to make the relationship stable. There's too much to struggle. However, I think the reason why this person is not making a movement or taking any steps forward is because they also realize that there is no such thing as having everything that you need to start something, right? Like, ultimately, when an opportunity presents itself, either you take it or you blow it. And I think this person has blown it before, feeling like they didn't have it, and they felt more lack than they've ever felt before in their life. I'm not trying to put words in this person's mouth, but that's what I kind of feel like. They've lacked more because they let an opportunity slide. They were struggling with the fact, not only did they not have enough, but the opportunity, they didn't feel the opportunity was good enough because they weren't good enough. And the reason why I'm even taking all this stuff like to this point is because it's a Cups talk about new ways of believing, new ways of feeling, spiritual growth. This person is growing. I think this person realizes that they're always going to struggle if they always have the mindset of struggle. There's opportunities there's opportunities to work on things in this relationship, and I think this person is very much aware of that because they have somebody that they can work with, someone that can struggle with them, not in a bad way, but this person in a sense of like feeling good enough or whatever. This person knows this is a partner in crime. This is a partner that will go through anything with you, no matter what no matter what the circumstances are. That's what the chemistry is pointing at. This person is allowing, is knows what they want, and they're letting it come into their lives. They're ready for it to come in. But this person is aware of the chemistry that they had, and they know that no matter where what the circumstances were physically, they were the best duo possible for it, because they both put the action needed to make the situation be stable. If it wasn't stable, they're gonna make it stable. And that was the thing about this person. I feel like this is what they feel like they lack now. They don't have somebody that they can turn to and think, this person is going to help me make this stable. As knows that they're going to make the situation just as stable as I'm going to make it stable too. And I think this is why they're open to the new opportunity that's coming up. They're opening themselves up emotionally to being vulnerable and okay with the fact that their other person's vulnerable. I think the hard thing was that they couldn't be the person that they believed that they should be, because they were already in a very vulnerable place. They didn't want to take someone up in a situation where they were vulnerable and they needed somebody to take care of them too, in that weird way. Or they felt like they were too vulnerable to be able to protect someone. But I think the thing is that both parties are very independent here. If what brought you two together was the Ace of Wands, I feel like that's two people taking action on what they want. Both parties have that get up and go kind of energy. I don't think anybody had a problem with taking care of each other. It was just understanding what vulnerability really means, and allowing that side of yourself to just be okay with it. And the reason why this is all coming up is because of the sun here. The person sees the potential for happiness. The person understands what they need to do and what they need to give of themselves in order for there to be happiness. It can't just be one way or the other. And they know that now. But it's still hard for them to make that decision. Of course, I think there's a lot of things that were obviously ingrained in their ways of being that is going to require them to start from the very beginning and go up from there. So the Knight of Cups is the challenge, not because of the potential reconciliation, but to acknowledge what one feels and let that be the focus and let that be the forefront. Allowing the emotions to be a part of your life, not take over or be absent, but having a good balance with that. Interesting. Ooh. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Jesus. See, that's what I was literally just talking about that, y'all. But not necessarily people pleasing straight out, but like you can't do everything, and the part that you feel that you're lacking in, whoever this is, it's not a make or break for a relationship. Don't you should never put a limit like that on yourself, and never allow that sort of expectation from someone else to let that limitation dictate what you do. And this people pleasing card is on point with that. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. You make other people's happy by making yourself happy. And denying yourself of what you believe the other person deserves because you don't have it is not making you happy, nor will that make them happy. Do not make a decision for someone else. I think this is why this person is solid here. Like, this person is receiving and is open to receiving love. Because they can't give anymore if they're not happy. They can't give anymore. They don't really know to give anymore anyway. But this person here has got to focus on what they want and let that be the course of action for them. Whatever makes this person happy will make them people happy, or it won't. And it doesn't matter. Because what matters right now is the person that you have to deal with every day, 24 hours a day, 24/7, whatever, every second, which is you. And that does mean that you have to put your heart and stuff on the front burner before you consider anybody else's needs, before you consider anybody else's happiness. That you are the person that you're going to have to suffer with every day. You're the person that's going to be happy, going to live the most amazing experiences with every day, which is you.